and welcome to Farming Simulator 19 Cultivating. Now in this video we're going to look at cultivating, the different machinery we can use. So if you're new to Farming Simulator, this is right up your street. If you're a veteran, then you're probably not going to learn very much, so you have been warned. Righto, so cultivating. I'll tell you what, we may as well go into the shop first and have a look in there. So scroll over to tools, and then we've got quite a few different cultivators: disc harrows, cultivators, subsoilers, power harrows. Now they all do the same thing. The subsoiler is more of a plough, and the power harrow is a cultivator. The cultivator and the disc harrows do exactly the same thing as well. They're just different bits of machinery for doing the same job. Now when you're picking, for instance, your disc harrow, like the first one there, that needs 320 horsepower. You can see right underneath there. So you've got to match that up and make sure you've got the right amount of horsepower, your cultivator. Now disc harrows, for instance, they start up at 3 meters and they go all the way up. Like that one there is you need 400 horsepower for that one, but it's 16 meters. And this one, for instance, is a 3 meter one, but it can go on the front, so it enables you to put something on the rear, like a seeder, so you can cultivate and seed at the same time. But that's the next video. I'm going to stick to cultivating. Now if you go to cultivating, you see we got quite a few different ones. The ones here, you can see we can put seed fertilizing with it as well, and they just go down to the largest size there, which that one there's the big one I've got outside, which is a 24 meter, and obviously that needs 500 horsepower. You can go lower horsepower, but you've got to make sure you've got twin wheels and a weight on the front as well, or if you can use triple wheels, use triple wheels. It all improves traction. Now the main reason cultivating is better than ploughing is the speed. You can see most of the speed on these are all 9 mile an hour, and if you go into the subsoilers, these are even better, where you know that first one there, it is only 3.5 meters wide, but it will run at 10 mile an hour. So looking at power harrows, now these are just powered cultivators basically. The other cultivators are pulled along the ground, and these are just got a PTO, power takeoff, and they're just powered using the tractor. Like this one, we've got this one outside, we'll have a quick look at, and you can put different attachments on the back of this as well, i.e. seeder, or you can put a plough. So that's all you need to know in the shop really about power harrows, subsoilers, cultivators and disc harrows. But the cultivators and disc harrows and the power harrows, they're all the same thing. The subsoiler is a little bit different, where it does put the grain to a plough state, and most of the time it is a little bit quicker. And you can also, some of the subsoilers you can seed at the same time. Yeah, that one, fertilise actually, not seed. No, that is seed as well. Well, there's lots of different ways of doing it. Right, we're going to try and do this as quick as possible because we don't want a very long video. So first off, I've got the John Deere, and we're going to hook up the front. Like this one, for instance, is one of the first front-mounted cultivators we got, which is pretty cool. It's 3 meters wide, so that means you can do something on the back as well, i.e. put in a seeder or something like that. And then we've come over to the power harrow, And like I said, all the other Harrows, they just work from being pulled along the grind, but this one, you fire them up and you see it's all spinning away there, breaking that grind up, doing a great job. But just make sure you match the horsepower, or you use twin wheels like I've got on the John Deere. Twin wheels will make a big difference, which I will show you if we drop that there. And we will hook the John Deere up to the Lemkin. Now this is the big 16 metre, it needs 400 horsepower and we're only rated at 305 I think it was. So we will give that one a go. Now this is one of the smaller ones, this is 3 metre wide. And then you've got one of the subsoilers, is this one here. And then that's a different type of cultivator, same crack. And this is the big bad boy, the 26 metre, where if you're going to cultivate then, and you've got the money and the kit, then this is the one to buy and use because it kicks arse. Especially when you put the triple wheels on it. I've only put the doubles on because the triples are huge. Fair play. So let's get this round the back. And I haven't picked up my weight, so let's get that front weight, because it all adds traction. So this field we're coming to now is an unprepared field. You can see it's got the stubble on it, so it's a harvested field. So we go into the unfold and that just brings everything down. Nice bit of animation on these cultivators. These have always been my workhorses. I've always had these on my farm no matter what. And then you just come out to the field, lower it down and away you go. It's as simple as that. So easy. Now when you're driving, anything you pull in, if it's got a speed rating, then it won't go over that speed. If you want to control the speed yourself, on the PlayStation you hold down R1, and then go up, oh sorry, wrong button, up and down on the left joypad, and as you can see the speed now's going down. You can take it all the way down. So if you wanted to go slower, for instance, you could put it on 4, and now I've started the worker off here, do it at 4 mile an hour. But these will run higher, these will do up to 7. But like I said, if I put it on 8, it won't do 8, that's his maximum it's doing it. And it's doing not a bad job, bins. This is underpowered. But we have got the twin wheels, which is providing the extra traction, but this is a steep slope anyway. Now the workers are pretty good for cultivating. You can leave them to get on with it, but it always helps if you do a top and a bottom edge, or go right the way around, and then they're prone not to miss any. They do miss a bits on ploughing, but with cultivating they seem to do a good job. So it looks like he's going to go and turn around, but we'll leave him. He's done that a little bit there. Now if we go into the menu and go over to the maps and we look at the state on the ground, you've got your filters. So we've got soil composition menus, and then your fruit types. As you can see, that field we're in at the moment, well, field 30 has got grass in, so that's why it's not showing up. And then we go over to your growth, and you can see all the purple areas are the harvested areas, and that's what you need to cultivate. And as soon as you've cultivated, it's turned blue. And you can see that every strip you do it changes different colour, go back to blue. as soon as it's blue, that means you can put a crop in there, because most seeders won't work until they've been either ploughed or cultivated. You'll go up to the ground and it just says workers finished task. So using the worker is simple enough. You just come up to your field, press your circle button on PlayStation, and he will just get on with that. Just make sure you don't put workers too close to each other. It's like this one will come down now and the tractor's in the way. So we'll leave him there and we'll have a look at the beast. This is the one, when you've got enough money, this is the cultivator. It is huge. It needs 500 horsepower to pull it, to bear in mind. And even this will probably struggle a little bit going up this hill. If I'd had triple wheels, I doubt it would have made a difference. So that's unfolded. We'll set the worker off. No, and the worker's not working. They are problematic sometimes. Yep, there he is. He's working now. Yeah, and he is pulling at 9 miles an hour, which is pretty good. So all we're doing is preparing the ground for the next stage, which is seeding. As some of the seeding you can cultivate and seed and fertilise at the same time, and I'll show you that on the next episode, which is seeding and planting. You see he's a little bit struggling now, but it is quite steep at the top of this hill. Right, so we'll leave him there, and then we'll go up to another way of getting traction is to use the tracked vehicles. And this is another cultivator, which is pretty cool to unfold this one. Here we go. And I can't remember how big it was, but it is huge. But it's easy. Just come up, lower it down, off it goes. And he's going at 9 miles an hour. We have got plenty of horsepower though for this one. Easy as that. Now sometimes the workers do overlap, but half the time you are better off overlapping. It's better not to miss a line, because your seeder will not be planting anywhere what isn't cultivated. So moving on to we're going down to the next size down now. We've got the 6 meter. And we'll lower that down, set the worker off. Now remember, a worker will only work in that field. If you try and put the cultivator on the right hand side, whereas on the map there, you can see the right hand side of that field is grass, and so he doesn't recognise that as a field until you've ploughed it. The only way to join two fields is to plough it. But this worker, because there's grass in here, he will come up and he will cultivate all this grass, no problem. So if you turn a field to grass because you're doing sheep or whatever reason you want a load of grass, if you want to put it back to crops, you can use a cultivator. You don't need to use a plough, which you should be able to see on this next pass. Yep, there you go. Easy as that. Like I said, the workers are quite good at cultivating. They don't normally mess up as much, but just keep an eye on them. Right, so there we go. That is it. Really, we're cultivating. Not a huge amount. Not as much as ploughing, really. Quite simple to do. Don't forget to check out the next episode, which will be covering you'd be able to cultivate and seeding and planting. We'll be going through that. So if you find this helpful, then give me a like, and if you want to see more content, then hit that subscribe button. Try and upload daily. Got quite a few videos at the moment. It's about 160 or so. So hit that subscribe if you want to see more. Alrighty. Thanks for watching. Till the next time. Goodbye.